Okay, I'm making a video on vape, and I just recently started vaping about a couple weeks ago. I vaped for about 3 years, and I used to even make my own juice, and I wasn't good at it. For some reason, I still can't figure out. I bought the best stuff. I bought the best PG, the best BG. I bought Capella flavorings, and there's one other flavoring that's real popular. I had like a whole shelf full of flavorings, and I would go to websites where you can post recipes. In fact, I even posted about 30 recipes of my own, and excuse the way everything looks. I got everything kind of sitting here. So I'm going to go over these kind of one at a time. There's the rest of them. Okay. What I did was my impulsive self, I decided to go vaping. So I went to the vape shop and I bought me a Smock kit, a Smock P4. Small kit. It's a starter kit. I don't have this one here. I'm selling that one. And I paid up the ass for it. It's one thing, you go to a vape shop, man, you pay a lot of money for stuff. You can get it online for probably half the price you can at a vape shop. But I didn't want to wait, so I went and got the Smock kit, and it was good. And I bought a bottle of juice, and went home, started vaping, bought some Strawberry Custard. And I vaped it, and the first thing I thought of was, damn, this tastes really good. And I couldn't figure out why. All the years that I was making vape, I never could duplicate it, and I still can't figure it out. So I just gave up on it, man. So I just buy my own juice now because there's so many good ones. You go online, and you can find maybe 100 juices. You go to a vape shop, you can find maybe 10 or 20. So, the vape shop has its place because some people don't want to order online and they want their shit right now. So, that's how they do it. I like to fine-tune my stuff. For example, at a vape shop, most of the time you buy starter kits, which is you're going to be stuck with a certain tank and a certain mod, and that's how they're going to sell them. I don't buy a lot of my stuff like that because I might like the mod, but would rather have a different tank on it. So I buy everything online, and there's like 3 different vape shops I go to. One's vaperoyalty.com, one's Elemental Vape, and one's DNA.com. All 3 of those are like primo, man. They have like all the best stuff, and they have the most stuff. So that's what I end up doing. I live in California, so when you vape in California, they're going to get their money from you one way or another. So they charge you a vape tax. So when you order online, anything that's vape related, regardless if it's coils, a tank, a mod, whatever it is, they charge you a $15, what they call a vape tax fee. I don't know where the hell it goes, but plus, it's signature related, meaning when you buy it, you have to wait for the postman and you have to sign for it. So when you buy something online, it's better to buy quite a bit of stuff. It doesn't make sense to buy a bottle of juice that costs $20 and then you'd be charged another $15 on top of that. So if you do that, it's good to buy a few things. A couple of mods, a couple of bottles of juice, 4 or 5 bottles of juice, pack of coils especially. Because a lot of times when you go to a vape shop, you can't find the coils for the tank you have. And you can buy coils online for about 15 bucks. It just depends on the coil, but some comes in 3-packs, some comes in 4-packs. You can buy them for about 15 bucks. And they still charge you the $15 California tax, but let's say you buy 5 of them. Well, you still only charge 15 bucks, so it's not like 15 bucks per. So you do that, and it's still way cheaper than going to a vape shop and buying them, because if you go to a vape shop, they're going to bust them up into singles, and they're going to sell them to you for about 10 bucks a piece. Now, if you can afford that, fine. And if you don't like shopping online, the vape shop's the way to go. So it has its place, but the problem is the availability is not as good. You can't get as many combinations. So I went through a lot of different vapes, and I'm going to show you 4 of my favorites that I'm sticking with, and then I just don't need to get anything else because these have everything I need. I don't RDA vape. To me, it's a waste of time. I just don't have the patience for it. Some people get off on that kind of stuff, you know, winding up your coils, cutting them, putting them in place, you know, winding up your cotton, sticking your cotton through there, you know, having to vape it, having to soak your cotton about every 3 hits. And some people swear on RDAs. That's just not my thing. There used to be, years ago, there used to be debates on that you weren't a true vapor unless you RDA'd, because tanks just didn't have the flavor of an RDA. Well, what I say to that now is bullshit. Enough time has went by, and the technology has gotten so much better that tanks stand on their own against an RDA any day of the week. And that's just my opinion. I'm not going to go through all that stuff with RDAs when I can just buy a sub-ohm tank and it gives me everything I need. So I'm going to go over these tanks. Before I start, let me mention something about California. For people who live in California, you guys know that they're trying to take all the flavoring out of vapes. And they're pretty close to doing it. I think they almost did it. Newsom signed it, and somehow it got blocked. So it's kind of like on a moratorium right now, but it's coming, man. Pretty soon you're not going to be able to buy any vapes with any flavoring in them, including menthol, if that's your thing. So you're still going to be able to vape, and there's still a little taste, you know, from VG. There's still a little flavor from it, a little sweetness. But man, it ain't nothing like buying a flavored vape. Like if you want banana or, you know, vanilla custard or strawberry custard, which are my favorites. I got one called ice cream that I like quite a bit. And all that's going to be gone. So what I would suggest you boys from California do is stock up on juice, man. Go to your vape shop or go online and buy yourself a shit ton of juice. Let me show you what I got. Let me move this a little bit. Let you look down at my juice. Look at that bottle of juice. I got juice up there. I got juice up the ass. So if they do it, at least I'm going to have a little time that I won't have to vape flavored juice. And here's what's going to happen. They can't vape flavoring because flavoring is not related to vaping. Flavoring can be used for many different things. You know, everything from restaurants to food places to stuff you buy on the shelves. They all have flavorings in them. And it's the same flavorings that they use in the vapes. So what's going to happen, they're not going to be able to ban that because it's not directly vape related. So what's going to happen is people are going to buy non-flavored juice, and then they're going to buy their own flavorings, and they're going to put them in there to try to get some flavor in their juice. So that's what's going to end up happening. The vape shops are going to go by the wayside. I'd say probably 90% of them are going to go out of business, because unless they sell other stuff in there that people are going to go in and buy, if they just rely on vape stuff and unflavored juice, man, their sales are going to be cut like drastically, man, and some of them just ain't going to be able to handle it. Some of them are just going to have to just go. And depending on what state you live in, you know, I don't keep up with all the states. From what I hear, New Jersey's already done it. So you already can't buy flavored juice in New Jersey. California's like right behind. You know, states like Texas, other states like that, I don't know where they're at. I don't know if they're a little more tolerant to it. I mean, it's the stupidest thing you ever heard of, because and supposedly they're doing this all for the kids. What a bunch of bullshit. I mean, you were a kid once. I'm an old dude, man. But, you know, if you're in high school and you're going to smoke or you're going to vape, you're going to do it. You're going to smoke or you're going to vape. It's not going to matter. So they're just going to find a way around it. So what they're going to do is they're going to push kids to smoke more cigarettes. That's what's going to happen. You know, the kids, some kids aren't going to do it, but the kids that do it, they're going to smoke more cigarettes. They're going to take the place, something's going to take the place of this, or they're going to just vape with no flavoring, which is, you know, if you like just to blow clouds, and you don't care about the taste very much, you can still vape away with flavorings, with no juice, with no juice with no flavoring in them. God damn, it's sure a hell of a lot different. So anyway, that's where we're going, man. So I would suggest you guys stock up on your juice, man, because it's coming. Whenever you go down to the store, buy yourself a couple bottles of juice. Don't mess with the small bottles, you know, buy those 100 milligram bottles. You know, buy, you know, this size right here. You know, buy these ones. Don't even mess with, it's not even worth it to mess with the smaller ones. So, that's the way it goes. But now we get to my juices, my mods. I've tried a lot of different mods, and I'm selling a couple right now. And let me start with this one right here. I'm going to start with this one. This one's called the Free Max. This comes as a starter kit. I'm going to try to do this without my hand shaking too much. If you flip this open, you'll see the batteries right there. It takes two 150 batteries. It pops right in. This will do everything. TC comes in like 8 different colors, and it's matchy, you know, the tanks match the mods. So this is one of my favorites right here, because this thing just produces some flavor that's just killer. It's just outstanding. So that's one of my favorites right there. There's the Free Max. You can buy that, like I said, at about 60 bucks online, plus you're going to pay your California tax if you live in California. But if you went to a vape shop, it's probably going to cost you about 180 bucks. So it just depends on how much money you want to spend. This one, I'll show this one up close. Let me turn it on. This one is called the G-Priv. It's a smock G-Priv. Forgive my hands, man. I have tremors. But this is a real nice mod. It's got a bar on it. and it's locked every time, so you can't change it till you press this button up here a couple seconds, and then it releases everything, lets you get into the menu and change your. You can see I'm vaping this one at 55 watts. Hopefully you can see that really good. But I have a TFV16 light tank on it. And you can buy this as a kit, or you can buy it separately. I happen to buy it separately because I bought the tank first, and then I decided I wanted the G-Prib, so I bought the G-Prib second. And see, I did this online. Real nice kit, man. Real nice kit. Let me see if I can open it up. Excuse me a minute. There we go. Here we go. Open it up. Put the top on it. It's all magnet. Everything I buy is a double 18650 batteries. I don't mess with mods with pre-installed batteries on them. I just don't care for them. But you can see two nice mods right there. Two of my favorites. Both of these just got flavor up the butt. The smock kit I have that I'm not showing, it's a real nice kit too, and it comes with the TFV16 plain. And it's a mod tank that looks identical to this, but it holds like 9 mils of juice. It's a great big sucker. This one holds like 5 mils. And my other fourth favorite is this one. This is the Wismec GEN3. I guess it's called Wismec just GEN3. And you can see by looking at it, this one has 3 batteries in it. The back, the bottom slides open, the batteries slide out the bottom. And this is another one of my favorites that I'm going to keep. And if you look at the tank, this tank is called a Falcon 2. Primo ass tank, man. It's like, if you want a good tank and you want something with good flavor, buy this kit. Actually, I didn't buy this as a kit. I bought the mods separate, and I bought the tank separate. And again, buying these at a vape shop, you wouldn't be able to do that. You'd be lucky to find this kit. In fact, I doubt you'd even find this kit because it's an oddball. You might find the tank. Let me get back here. But I bought, whenever I buy a mod, I always buy about 15 coils. I don't like, every mod comes with a pre-installed coil, and they give you like one extra. I like coils up the butt. I don't want to be out of coils and then have to go to a vape shop and pay $10 a piece for one, if they even have it, or try to figure out how I'm going to get one. So I just do it all at once. This is the fourth one. This one is called the Vapresso. And if you look at this thing, it's nice and thin. If you look at the coating on it, it's got kind of like a rubberized coating. No fingerprint magnet. It's real thin. And this has a Crown 3, this has got a Crown 5 tank on it. Probably of all the tanks I got, and let me show you this. Let me see. This is what I'm vaping this thing at, 45 watts. I vape this thing at 45 watts, and it puts out as much vapor as putting these other ones at 60 watts. It's just the way it is. But these are my 4 favorites. This is a really good one. And if I was to say my 2 favorite tanks, they would probably be the Falcon 2 and the Crown 5. But that's my 4, and I don't need anything else because I just don't need anything else. I got everything I need right there. I mean, look at the display on this thing. Let me push this again. Look at the display on that thing. Is that beautiful or what? You know, that's definitely got the biggest display of all of them. The other ones are more towards, you know, looking more like this. This one has got a real nice display on it. It's nice and big. Wismec produces a product. Actually, Wismec doesn't make it, but it's called NFE. It's a software that's geared for anything Joytech. And Joytech makes Wismec. So anything that you got that's Wismec, you can get a display like this. See, this isn't stock. That's a total revamp, but it's the only one that you can plug into your computer, and you can program it to what you want it. And it's just, see how big that is? And you can even program it to how long you want the display to stay on. I have mine like a minute, because I like the display to be on as long as possible. I wish the other ones did that, but they don't. And this one also does it. This one, the G-Priv, it lets you keep the display open for 2 minutes. I dig the shit out of that. You know, I just would rather it stay on all the time. I don't care about the battery, because the battery's life's going to be negligible while that display's on. That thing don't pull nothing. So I would rather look at it. My biggest complaint with the Cremax and the Smock, they both do it. Actually, this one does it too. For some reason, mod makers, they usually have either an amp reading or a volt reading, either one. I like both of them. I'm just a tech guy. I like seeing how many amps my system is drawing off my batteries. This one, I'll turn it on again. If you can see that clear, I don't know how clear that's going to be. I don't know how good my camera's going to be, but you can see the amp rating on it. It says, let me see what this is, 19.1 amp. And that stays on there until you vape again. I dig the shit out of that feature, because I can just glance at it and I can tell, well, these batteries are pulling 19 amps. Of course, that's spread across 3 batteries, so it's no big deal. But the rest of them don't do it. You know, they have the reading on the display, and as soon as you press the button and vape, it'll give a reading on how many volts or amps, depending on the mod. But the second you release that button, it goes back to 0. And there's no way that you can vape and look at the display at the same time. It's just physically impossible. So why they keep doing that is beyond me, because I like seeing that stuff. So the only way to see that on those is to dry vape it, is to press the fire button and then watch the volt or the amp reading, and then it'll show you how many amps or volts your system's pulling. And I don't really like to do that. I don't like to dry vape at all. But that's the only way you can do it. That's the only way you can see how much power your system's drawing, and I kind of get off on that. So this one here wins the prize for that one, because it's still on at 19.1 amp, and it's going to stay there until the next time I vape it, and then it'll change accordingly. So these 4, I don't care what anybody says, those are the best you can get. If you want some good stuff, and you want some good stuff at a reasonable price, especially if you go online to get it, which I would suggest, because you might be able to find this one on a vape shop because it comes as a kit. You might be able to find this one at a vape shop because it comes as a kit. The G-Priv and the TFV16 Lite. And the smock comes as a kit. You know, the smock is a P4, comes with the TFV16 regular, the one that holds like 9 mils of juice. It comes as a starter kit, so it comes with the whole thing. But as far as this one, you're not going to get this one as a starter kit. If I could show you that one. And this one you're not going to be able to get as a starter kit. You're going to have to buy the mod separate, and then you're going to have to pick and choose your tank that you want. So that's what I did. You know, I got such great you know, I've always been a Crown guy. And so the Crown 5 was a no-brainer for me. So I bought this Vapresso, and this is just, I can't even explain to you how this thing feels, man, this rubbery feel. And you can see how it's kind of small. And this one is one of the best ones feeling too, because it's round and it fits the hand better. It's like not square like the rest of them. This one here, turn it on again. That's the G-Priv. It comes in like 8 different colors. And the tanks, like I said, are matchy-matchy. And then, of course, there's the Freemax, which is, this was like an evolution right here. This comes in like 8 different colors also. Different colors, different tanks. So that's my opinion right there. I don't care what anybody says, what Vape Tripper says, or what all these guys say who are paid to say this stuff. I'm just telling you, I vaped a lot of different vapes. Let me get that one too. And these right here are the top 4. Again, the Freemax, which comes as a kit. The G-Priv, which comes as a kit with the TVX Lite tank on it. And it comes as a kit. This one is the Wismec GEN3, and it's got 3 batteries in it, and it does not come as a kit. And I bought the Falcon 2, which is rated as one of the highest tanks, and I'm sure glad I got it. And then, of course, you got the Vapresso, which I really like, and of course I had to get the Crown 5 for it. And they all fit. And with those 5, I put different juices in each one. You know, I'm more of a dessert guy. You know, I like, you know, I even mix them. You know, like this one right here, right now, I got some ice cream vape, and I got it half full of vanilla custard. Just tastes delicious. And I got this one here. This one is half banana and half vanilla custard. I just love the shit out of it. This one here is, this one's different than the rest of them. This one's called this one's called, actually, Phoenix Tears. I take that back. It's a juice called Phoenix Tears. It's really good. And I vaped that one with Phoenix Tears. And then this one, I vaped straight vanilla custard, Vapetasia vanilla custard. And this one, it's funny because this one is so sweet. And I don't know why, man. I don't know if it's because of the tank is so short. But this one is, I get a sweetness from that one that I don't get from the rest of them. If I take this juice and put it in one of these different tanks, it tastes different. So what I do is I buy a bottle of what they call naked juice, and it's a non-flavored juice, and I cut it. I pour like half full of vanilla custard and half full of non-flavored juice, and it makes it perfect. It like takes it where it's not so sweet, Still sweet, but not so sweet. Still the flavor's still there. And that's kind of the way I vape. So I think I covered everything on the vape stuff, but you guys, like I said, the shit's coming, man. The government's coming. The government's coming for your shit, dude. That's all I gotta say. Stock up. If you, especially with juice, because that's the first one that's gonna be hit. So if you got, every time you go to the vape shop, just buy a bottle of juice, whether you need it or not. And just pick your different juices out and get you a shitload of them. Because that shit's going to happen, and then pretty soon there's not going to be any flavor, and at least you'll have a few bottles that'll last you a year or two. And you'll be able to have some fun. Because vaping is fun to me. It's like, especially when you get a flavor that's really good. And I think that's about it. I think I covered about everything, but those are the ones to get, man. If you want to get good, to just, take it from me. I'm a long-time vapor. I'm not a Grim Green. I'm not a Rip Trippers. I'm not that other dude. There's 3 or 4 dudes that are. I'm not a Mike Vapes. I'm not one of these dudes who gets paid to recommend different vapes. These are the ones I personally like the best, and it took me many different purchases to end up mixing and matching to come up with these. And these are just perfect. I can pick one. I vary through the day because each one has a different juice on it, so they're all good. I'll pick one morning, I'll pick one juice, one mod, and then another one I'll pick another mod, and I'll keep switching back and forth. Let me turn this back on again so you can see that. Let me turn that back on. Let me see if you can see that. Let me turn that back on. And this one, let me turn that one back on too, if you can see that. But anyway, that's the shit. And, take it or leave it. You don't believe me, fine. You got your own, everybody's got their own taste buds. But I'm telling you, these are the 4 best. What I got right here can't be beat. And I'm not even thinking about buying anything else. I bought all these. I went ape shit, bought all this shit in about 2 weeks. Once I decided I was going to start vaping again, and I realized that the store-bought juice had a good taste to it, I went ape shit, man. I started buying just everything off the shelves, man, and I ended up buying like way more shit than I needed. And so now I'm actually selling a couple. I'm getting ready in the process right now to sell a couple. And they're good ones too, man. I mean, there's, I don't buy junk vape. I just buy the shit that tastes good, and I buy the best stuff. So anyway, there it is. Let me turn this way. The Free Max. I mean, you just can't beat that sucker. You can't beat the G-Priv, the Smock G-Priv. And of course, you can't beat the Wismec. You can't even get Wismec in the 3 battery anymore. It used to be, they sold 2 or 3 different ones where the sides would pop off. The side would pop off, and you put the batteries in, and then you'd slide the side over. They don't even make those anymore. That was called the G200. Now they make this one, which is a little bit shorter, and it's got a door on the bottom with a hinge on it. You just slide your batteries out, put it in, then just slide it shut. And it makes the mod a little bit shorter. So I think that's all I need. So stock up, boys. Get ready for the shit, because it's coming. You're either going to quit vaping, or you're going to get used to vaping vaporless juice. Okay, I think that's all, man. See you later, guys.